When I think of the night that my sister committed suicide, I think way back then when my journey began, when that dark night. And now, it seems like I'm coming out of the valley and walking towards the peak of the mountain, you know. Wednesday, September 18th, 1985, I received the call that you had died. For 26 years, I have walked in and out of storms, but not alone. My name is Chris, and I am alive. I'm Christopher Lee, and I was born into a family of 4 sisters. I have a visual impairment, which was hereditary.
Chris has a larger-than-life personality. He began attending our Survivors of Suicide group in 2000, and I know he lost his sister, Julie, in 1985.
I remember before leaving Julie's house, she told me that no matter what happens today, I will always love you. But later on at dinner at my aunt and uncle's house, I got the phone call from County Hospital that Julie had perished. I remember falling to the ground, my aunt and uncle, standing behind me. They kind of broke my fall, but that was a very dark night.
It affected him tremendously. I know he struggled with his own thoughts of suicide.
I found it very strange that the world kept moving around me, yet I felt like my world had come to a standstill and very dark.
He struggled with drug addiction and alcohol as a way of coping with his loss, and then found our group actually from another member of his church, was also a survivor of suicide.
When you first come, you feel like, what do I do with the shattered pieces? I'll never get out of this. And here at Provident, you come to a group like that, you eventually build off of the shattered pieces. To utilize first the word suicide in your vocabulary, to say that I'm a survivor, it's like freedom. Now I'm in St. Louis, I'm my director call.
Chris has overcome so many different odds to get to a point where he's at now.
I volunteer for NAMI, I'm a receptionist. I'm doing wonderful. I have no thoughts of suicide. I want to have a future because I am who I am today, and that's through Provident and SOS.
And I'm just thankful that we have a group such as Survivors of Suicide, that we can provide support to individuals who desperately need it.
I think it does save lives because we take people in most desperate of situations and restore them. It most definitely does save lives.
Lifeline, my name's Amber. I'd be happy to speak with you, but first I need to know if you're having any thoughts of suicide.
Life Crisis Services is extremely important.
Are you safe right now?
Not only do we send emergency services if needed, but we follow up with them after they're discharged from the hospital to see about resources and supports that they would need.
We don't turn people away. We are, and have been literally, counselor of last resort. And we've taken pride in the fact that we won't turn people away for lack of resources.
Can you take a couple of deep breaths?
It not only saves the lives in a categorical sense, but it elevates the quality of life in those cases where life isn't threatened.
Devin came to me in the summer of 2011. He realized that he was getting out of control.
I was being mean to my brother. I was like talking back to my mom.
He would just have an all-out meltdown, scream, cry, sit in the corner, and you could not get him out of it. We heard about Provident on the radio, and that's when we met Spignata, and I instantly adored her, positive and uplifting.
I was his friend and his friend only, that he could come to and could let me know what was going on, and we would work out a solution. And so that, I think, was the biggest key with him.
6 months later, he was like a whole different kid. It's almost like he feels triumphant. He feels like, hey, I beat that. I don't have to have that meltdown.
He had developed the skills to handle his anger. Future's real bright.
To a brighter future is a phrase that's meant to suggest opening up doors and showing opportunities and showing options.
I got straight. Now I got a child that wants to go to college. He just has this great demand for life. And, you know, it's something that he didn't have before.
It's a lifesaver to a lot of clients that come through the doors. It saved my life, I know that.
I think for Chris that, you know, the sky's the limit.
To a brighter future means taking people who see nothing but darkness and turning on the lights for them.
How important is that line anyway?
It's a good affirmation. I'm glad I learned it from SOS and Provident. My name is Chris, and I am alive.